Well, good evening. I do hope everyone can hear me okay. And if not, well, then we have a big, huge problem, which I will need to address. I'm just going to give this about 10, maybe 15 more seconds so I can pause that. Okay. There we go. Disaster has been averted. How's everyone doing? Happy Friday. How are you? I hope you can hear me. If not, please, for the love of God, type something into the chat. You know what? Let me type something into the chat. There. Now, if you can't hear me, well, then what I'm saying right now won't make a bit of difference now, will it? My night's going great. Thanks for asking. Brian Hernandez, hello. Welcome to the stream slash chat slash, what are we going to call this one? This is the, here's what this is. I ran a Twitter poll just a few days ago and I asked, would anyone want me to live stream more often? Because I normally only do these things really sporadically or maybe during a milestone or something like that. And I thought, what if I ask the people what they want? And I asked, do you want it weekly? Do you want it monthly? Do you want it during milestones? Do you want it random? The majority of people actually want a weekly one. I don't know why. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, but here we are. I am actually waiting for another narrator to show up. I'm just going to, if you hear a lot of like clicking in the background, it's just me sort of looking for, I guess you could say, my guest. I'm expecting the Plague Doctor to be on here, and I don't see him just yet. I did send him a message on Twitter, and I did not get a reply back. He does have the Hangouts link, so I hope that he does jump on stream. I really hope he does. If he doesn't, I'm going to be a little bit sad, and we're going to be a little short on material and probably a little long on time. So I don't know what we'll do. And again, as per usual, if you hear really long pauses in my speech, it's because I'm drinking something. And I don't like to make a lot of noise when I drink. So, you know, like right now, that's what I'm going to be doing. I have to drink. I don't know. I think I mentioned this almost every single live stream. I'm not supposed to drink coffee anymore at all. So I have to drink this fake stuff, and it's okay. It almost tastes like coffee, but it does, I don't know, has some weird aftertaste to it that I don't really dig. But that's my poison of choice. I just finished work a little while ago. Haven't been home for very long. I made the fool mistake of going to one of my favorite places to get junk food from, and I had hot dogs. And did you ever go to like a gas station or a place like that? And you know how you got the hot dogs and they just kind of spin on that little roller? Did you ever wonder like how often they actually turn that thing off and clean the rollers? I'm willing to bet they don't do it very often because this place is open 24 hours, and I go in there all hours of the night because you get hungry at night, and I've never seen them clean it off, and I never get the hot dogs. And today I was just thinking, I could really go for a hot dog. That probably was not a smart thing for me to do because something didn't taste right with it. So if I cut the stream short, you now know why. So I still don't see the Plague Doctor here. Let me talk about the Plague Doctor since he's not here and I can do this. He's another horror narrator. He and I actually did a collab, I want to say maybe just under a month ago. This was a deep web story. A lot of fun. Really cool guy to work with. He's a fairly new narrator. I think he only has maybe about a half dozen videos on his channel right now. He started in, I believe, middle of July. Been a busy guy. I think he was like a lot of narrators lately. I think he was in the middle of a move somewhere, so he's been a busy dude. But yeah, we did a narration together. That was a lot of fun. It's on his channel if you want to check it out. I'm actually going to, for those of you that are lucky enough to be seeing this live, I'm going to actually paste this into the chat. That is his channel right there, because I can do these things. So anybody that's in the chat right now, if you want to check out his channel, go, hit the subscribe button over there, hit the notifications bell thingy icon, whatchamacallit. I would really appreciate that. I would take that as a personal favor to me. I would really appreciate that. And for those of you that are not listening to this live, well, guess what? You're going to have to actually go into the description box and find the link. It's there too. So don't worry. I didn't forget about you. Some of you will not be lucky enough to hear this live. But for those of you that are, thank you for joining me. Hey, good evening. That buzzing you're hearing, by the way, that's my phone, which appears to only be blowing up whenever I am streaming. Is that Lachlan Stalker? I believe that's what that is. That how you say that? Well, hello, welcome to the chat. / live stream / whatever you want to call this. Elise, yes, I know. You're very busy. You've got a video that you just uploaded. Go promote the snot out of that, my friend. Go do that. I appreciate you saying hi, though. I appreciate you stopping by. Oh, and when this video is actually posted, I would also appreciate it if you would retweet the snot out of it. Oh, great. I was pronouncing it Lachlan Stalker. I can only speculate as to what that means. Give me just a second, guys. I am getting a message from the Plague Doctor. I am going to try something real quick here. Just a moment. I'm trying to figure out why this is not working. I'm going to go back to Twitter, I believe, and see if I can send this link again. All right. Here's the thing. I'm not a fan of using Google Hangouts, but when you live stream, you're kind of stuck doing that. And I'm not a fan of it. I'm also not a fan of Google Chrome. And you're kind of stuck using both of them here. And I'm not a fan. Not a fan. So there we go. Lachlan Stalker is just a name. Okay, well, that's cool. I thought maybe there's like some other big thing behind it. The sound production, hello. Welcome to the stream. /chat / whatever you want to call it. All right, I'm still trying to get this worked out. But you know, though, while we're doing that, let me explain what I've been doing this week, besides working. I am in the middle of, what is it now, 4 collabs right now, and I explained these on the last stream, and I am not done with them. So I'm just going to say this in advance, in case any of these other narrators that I'm working with are listening to this stream or will be listening to it. I'm going to get your stuff to you on time. I promise. It's probably going to, unfortunately, be at the last minute because once again, as I have a bad habit of doing, I took on way too many collabs at the same time, and it is really, really put me behind. So I apologize for that. Again, you will get the audio. I will definitely send it your way. I just kind of bit off a little bit more than I could chew, which again is kind of why I don't have a video this week. I mean, you could kind of count these live streams as a video, but it's, as far as an actual scary story video, I don't have that right now because, well, unfortunately, I took on way too many collabs. But it's not that I don't like collabing. I love it very much. But I will prioritize a collab over my own channel because I don't want to let that person down. Does that make sense? So that is what I am busy with. I honestly hope by this weekend I'm going to have another video out. I really do, but it's going to be tight. I won't lie. And again, guys, my phone is blowing up. Give me one moment. All right. Plague Doctor is trying to install something right now. So again, I am not the only one that hates Google Hangouts and Google Chrome and all this other stuff. It's a pain in the butt. It really is. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like the interface. I don't like that it forces you to use all these different plugins and you can only do them with Google Chrome. I hate it. I hate it. Okay, Elise, thank you for stopping by. Talk to you soon. You got my number. Elise has become one of my best narrator friends. I'm just going to say that publicly. I talk to her every single day. We have collabed together. We share humor, fun things, jokes, and whatnot. Elise has become one of my very best friends. Brian Hernandez says my phone blew up once. I think you mean literally. Vidith 22 is here. Vidith, you're just an awesome guy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here's the thing about Vidith. He'll pop up in pretty much any live stream that's going on. If it's a narrator, like a horror narrator, he'll just show up. It's weird. He just has this spider sense. He knows when they're on. Says a couple words and then he vanishes. As quickly as he arrives, he's gone. It's so strange. Ashley the Hippie, probably my #1 fan, is in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Did I already say hello? If not, hello. I should say hello again. All right, we're still waiting here. You know, normally, if this was back when I was doing internet radio, I would play a song. But I'm not going to do that because we all know what happens when you play copyrighted music on a live stream on YouTube. This weird algorithm spider bot comes out of the woodwork and it attacks your computer and it basically empties your bank account and steals your soul, and I don't want that to happen. Phantom of Darkness is here. You seem to want to stream every time an upload goes up for me. Yeah, Phantom, I don't know why that is. I think that maybe you and I just have this weird kind of synchronicity where that happens. When you play copyrighted music, Bill Cosby comes out and starts to roofie your drinks. Oh, yeah, you know, you can always tell when Phantom of Darkness is here because the humor in the chat changes very suddenly. Phantom, thank you for showing up. Phantom, of course, is another excellent horror narrator. I highly recommend him. So make sure you go over to his channel, give him a subscribe. I think, if I don't mistake, Phantom, you just recently hit another milestone. What was it? Was it 3,000, 4,000 subs? I forget. It's in the thousand. It's more than I've got. Okay, whatever it is, it's a much bigger number than what I've got. But congratulations, whatever that is. I don't know where. I don't know where you are. I'm sorry. You went up a bunch, you went down a bunch, there was a glitch, there was a hiccup, you went back. I don't know. I can't keep anything straight anymore. I don't know what's going on. So on Twitter, I ran a little bit of not really a contest really, but I asked, more like I challenged retweets. And I normally don't do that. I normally don't ask for a retweet for myself. But since I'm doing this live stream here and I've got Plague Doctor coming on hopefully very soon, I asked, again, maybe it was more like a challenge. If we got 50 retweets on that particular one, I would read a story for you. I would do a live read for you. And you guys know I'm going to mess it up. I think I asked for 50 retweets. I think we got 3. So we weren't even close. So sorry, guys. For those of you that were hoping I would embarrass myself by reading a story live tonight on the stream, I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. I hope I didn't get your hopes up. I really hope I didn't, but not going to happen. Creepy Tales Corner, hello and welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining us. Phantom of Darkness is at almost 4,000 subscribers. Phantom, I think when I first started watching your channel, you were at about, what, 2,000?
Yo, what's up?
You made it.
Yeah, my PC is being worse. So I just got on my iPhone.
Okay, no problem. Well,
Yep.
welcome to the stream.
Glad to be here, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Plague Doctor.
Oh, I feel very flattered.
Yeah. So let's talk, man. Let's talk. Tell me why you got into horror narration. Not sure if we dropped audio just now or what's going on, guys, but can you guys hear us? Because I'm
Oh,
hearing nothing, man.
oh, my bad. What's it called?
There we go.
My
There we
thing
go.
got cut out. What were you saying again?
Oh, I asked why you got into horror narration.
Why I got into this whole horror thing?
Yes, sir.
So, so you know Spawn Thriller, right?
Sure.
He's another fellow narrator. So I was like, I think he was having a stream, and then he was telling me like I was just commenting on his stuff, saying what's up, stuff like that. And then he told me he's like, yo, this narrating stuff is actually pretty dope. If you guys that you want to try it, like he was telling everyone, like, you guys want to try this stuff? It's actually super fun. And I was like, you know what? Why not? I always loved it. I always like people call me weird for this, but like I go to sleep with it. Like all these serious stories, like they play throughout the day, all these narrating stuff, the creepypastas, like super entertaining. So I was like, you know what? Why not make a channel for it? Get my art ready and stuff like that. And then that's how I just got into it.
Okay, and I think, and I was, before you got on the stream, I was talking about when you started. I think that was in July, right? Is there silence again? Can everyone hear me okay? Okay, not sure what's going on. I think we might be having some audio issues. But I got silence on my end. If you guys can hear me, just type something into the chat. Plague Doctor got kicked out of the call. What the heck is going on? Look, my videos aren't monetized, okay? But I'm just gonna say that YouTube, you suck.
All right.
YouTube, you suck.
I'm back for like the third time.
Okay, well, you're back.
I hope I don't glitch out again.
All right. So was I correct? Was it around like middle of July you started your channel?
Yeah.
Oh, I am on point today. All right.
Dude, you're always on point.
No,
Especially with the
no.
narrating, man. Especially with the narrating.
I don't know. I don't know about that. You and I did that the Deep Web horror story video together, and that's on your channel.
Yeah.
Now, when I listened to it, I really liked the story you did.
Mm-hmm.
And then I listened to the one I did, and I'm like, oh man, that sucks.
No, the story you had, I was very intrigued by it. Like the selection you got. I thought it was like gonna be like one of those ones like the average narrator thought. I thought I had the ones that average narrator got, but then I was like, actually no one actually read these stories, and they're actually not that bad to like listen to, like, or like, the whole story about it. Like, it may be fake because like a lot of deep web stories are like, everyone knows they're like fake
Right,
out there,
right.
but it's still entertaining.
Phantom of Darkness is asking when he started his channel. Phantom, I don't know that. Actually, what? The thing is that if you had asked me that yesterday, I'm pretty sure I would know the answer to it, because one of the first things I do when I listen to a narrator is I go to their channel and I look at when they started the channel, and then I look at when they uploaded their first video. But Phantom, you got me right now in this moment. I couldn't answer that, to be honest with you.
Crawler
See,
not getting
see,
us incorrect. Wow.
see, this is what Phantom does. He likes to put me on the spot.
Man, he kind of did you. He kind of did
Yeah,
you.
yeah, he's
You were
trolling
on
me.
point. I know you
He's,
were on point with
I
everything.
know I was, and then Phantom had to throw me a curveball,
God damn, Phantom, man.
and I tried to bunt, and it didn't work. Phantom, you know what? I'm just gonna block you. You're done, man.
Goodbye, man. I'm sorry.
Actually, not Phantom. I forgot to make you a moderator. Actually, there you go. You are now a moderator. So there. I bet you're happy now.
When I went on Twitter, earlier today, because it'd been a while I've been on Twitter because I don't really use it as much. I was already like happy. I don't know, because I got like a random notification on my phone, like because for some reason Twitter like notifications don't pop up for me. So got random notifications and just getting like shit crap ton of DMs of people being like, "Yo, why did you quit? Come back, man! Come!" I was like so confused. I was like, "Okay, what's going on here?" And then I saw your tweet, and I was like, "Oh, you didn't have to. Such a
Yeah,
nice guy."
yeah. If everyone wants some context to the story that we're sharing right now, is well, if I can say it, Plague
Yeah.
Doctor was thinking about not continuing the horror narration stuff. And for me personally, when I like a narrator, it's actually almost like if I hear that they want to stop doing their channel, they want to stop uploading, I take it really personal. And the reason is because when you like something, if you have the type of personality I do, it's like having your favorite TV show get canceled like right in the middle of a season that's really, really good. That's that feeling where I'm
Uh-huh.
like, no, 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 it can't be, cannot be. So I make a habit to constantly check back with narrators I'm subscribed to just see what's going on. And if they haven't uploaded in a while, I of course want to make sure that they're still active. And when I saw on your Twitter that you were gonna quit, I'm like, this can't be happening. This cannot be happening.
Yeah,
And so,
I didn't. It's just I'm not saying like it's like the story for me. Like I couldn't find a story to try. It's just like I don't know. I felt like people said they liked the stuff. People were telling me even on the Unit 2 5.
oh yeah, Unit 522. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was saying that he liked my thumbnails and stuff like that. I was like, thank you. It means great. It means a lot, especially coming from someone like him, which is like very big in the narrating scene. So I was like, oh, that's dope. I don't know how this happened, but I like that gave me a little bit of motivation to make like the collab we had. Like the collab, I was like super pumped especially when I heard your part. I was like, okay, I gotta get this done, gotta get this edited. But then afterwards, I was like, I got no more ideas. Then yet again, I was busy and I didn't know what else to do with it. So I was like, I'm just gonna stop it. And then I feel like, and also since I wasn't uploading for a while, I felt like I had to like completely like upload like every day. That's what I felt. But people on Twitter were telling me, "Man, that's okay if you like don't upload like a week or two. Most narrators do that." I'm like, well, I thought I had to upload at least twice like every 2 days or something. I don't know. I thought I had to upload a lot for like the whole narrate stuff. But apparently it's normal. Like narrators don't upload for a while.
Yeah, and the thing is that I can tell you, I mean, I've only been doing the horror channel here for a little over a year, and we all hit points where we get really busy, and sometimes you'll go a week or two where you can't upload anything, and some narrators will stop for like a month or two. And I don't unsubscribe from them. I keep watching, and I check back with them periodically because I understand there's this thing that gets in the way, and it's called life. Most of us aren't making a living doing this. So we've got jobs, we have families, we have other stuff that has to take a priority above that. So we end up doing that and focusing on that. And sometimes you just get to a point where you physically can't bring yourself to do it. Something in your brain just says, today's just not the day. And you just
Yeah.
can't. And if you force yourself to do it, you're going to hate it. So what I find is best to do then is just wait for that moment when you feel really creative and really inspired, and then do it. And if you don't feel like doing it, you don't have to, because odds are you're not getting paid to do it.
Honestly, I don't mind this. It's just that I felt like I needed to upload a lot, but people said they don't mind, like if like once a week, because like I was originally gonna do like every Sunday, it's been a lot. easier schedule for me. But I don't know. I thought like since I was a new channel, I had to keep pumping up stuff for like my channel and stuff like that. So I honestly didn't know. So that's why I was like, I can't do this if people are gonna ask too much. But then on Twitter, I was asking people like, do I really need to upload a lot? It's like people are like, no, narrators do it all the time. You don't have to upload. You can just upload once a week. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there was a time when I was putting out like 6 videos a week, and then there was a time where I would put up maybe one a week. And your channel's actually growing pretty well. It took me 9 months of constant uploads just to break 100 subs.
Wait,
So
you
you're
said
actually
six
doing.
videos a week?
I was doing up to 6 videos a week, yeah.
Oh my, that's a lot. That's
And it burned me out. Oh, question in the chat. Phantom of Darkness
oh.
asking a question. He's asking how old you are.
I'm actually 15. About to turn 16.
Man, I feel old.
Now, how old are you?
I'm older than Corpse Husband, and I am younger than Dr. Creepin.
Corpse Hudson is what?
20.
23, right?
20. He just turned 20.
You turned 20, so you're 18 or 17.
No, I'm older than him.
Oh,
but
you know,
I'm,
you're only
but I'm younger than Dr. Creepin.
23.
And Dr. Creepin is in his 40s. So I'm somewhere in there. So I keep it broad. It's broad. It's broad. I'm in there somewhere.
I don't want to say 30s. I don't want to say that. But I'm going to say mid 30s.
You can guess. You can guess. You're probably still going to be wrong either way. So
27.
No.
Dang it. I don't know.
Brian Hernandez says 30. No, I'm not 30. 25. No, I'm not 25. I'm not 67 either.
67. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Again, I said it's somewhere in the middle there. Somewhere at 28. No, I'm not 28.
Somewhere.
Anyway, is this whole chat gonna now be based on like how old is everybody?
Yeah, it's gonna be how old. We're not gonna stop until we found how old you are now.
Phantom
dedication.
Phantom says he was a swinging bachelor in the 1950s. Yeah, Phantom, you're like 25, dude. Dolly wants to join the chat, but she can't. No, I'm not 32, but she can't because she's at work. Well, actually, depending on the type of work you do, it would depend. So maybe you could join briefly. Dolly is the only horror narrator YouTuber that I know of that has had her channel deleted twice now, and yet she keeps going.
Oh, that's dedication.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be that's causing that, but so everyone that was subscribed to her, if you're listening to this, you got to go back and subscribe to her channel again because it's she's got to get back to up to that over 200 subs that she had because the number went down a lot when she's basically starting all over. So please go back and resubscribe.
Honestly, it's probably a random internet troll, either doing that or just like YouTube's weird system, like what's going on, stuff like that.
Phantom, I am not 35. Nice try though.
That's a good guess. That's honestly a good guess.
Yeah, let's stop guessing my age now. Come on.
No, we're not gonna stop. We're not gonna stop now. We're just curious.
So what's on the horizon for you? I mean, you probably had other videos planned, right?
I was thinking, yeah. Someone requested this. I think like 3 people in my contact requested this a lot and like DM me on Twitter. They were asking me to do like not a sleep paralysis story video, but like a breakdown of a sleep paralysis video. If you know what I'm talking about.
Sure, I know what you mean.
Yeah, like sleep paralysis, and we like break it down and then like say like people's experiences, like break it down and like like a whole entire video depth on it. It's like 30, like people are like, oh yeah, like a 30-minute. I was like, it's like a lot of studying. It's gonna take a lot of study.
That's right. Robert, hello and welcome to the stream.
Oh, welcome to the stream, man.
I like this. I like when people just show up like this.
Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe to my boy. Get him to like, how many subs you're at? Like 800, right? 840?
Who, me? No, I'm like 548.
We need to get you by 600 by tonight.
Yeah, my goal is actually I'd like to hit 600 before the end of the month, but it's looking less and less likely. And I mean, I've been pretty consistently growing about 100 subs a month for the last few months, ever since I hit 100 subs. So maybe by the end of August I could hit that next milestone, but I don't know. Maybe.
Honestly, narrating is the whole entire narrating community very small. It's like only a couple people who have like who succeeded with this because like they've been here like since the beginning. That's why I can understand that. But honestly, I like it. I'm not saying I don't want more people to come into this community because I honestly do. It would be a lot nice to see new faces. But honestly, I like it small because it's like like Call of Duty and stuff like that, how toxic they are and stuff like that. I like it
Sure.
better when it's like for us, like people are nice in this community. I like it. I honestly appreciate it. How nice people are and like very interactive too. Very interactive.
And that's something I noticed too. I mean, when I first came in, I think I'd maybe had my channel up for, I want to say maybe a month, maybe not even. And I got asked to do a collab for a Halloween collab on it was his channel was Hero to Villain, and he changed it to Nightmare Cravings. He hasn't uploaded in many months. I sent him a message on YouTube a while ago and asked him if he was ever going to come back, and I'm hoping he does. But I couldn't believe that I got invited into this like big group message on Twitter, and I actually met a lot of the narrators I'm friends with right in that moment. So I couldn't believe how nice everybody was and how laid back they were. I expected a bunch of people to tell scary stories. Maybe they're, I don't know. Maybe they got weird personalities. Maybe they're not as happy-go-lucky as myself. And it turns out that they're like the coolest, nicest people ever. And it's amazing to me that people will go to other narrators, and most of the time, even if it's a smaller channel going to a bigger channel, the bigger channel usually won't say no to a collaboration. And I never say no to a collaboration. I don't care the person's age. I don't care about their channel size. I've had much bigger channels come to me and ask me if I could do audio for their channel, and I'm honored if I get something like that. I mean, that's a great feeling. And when you and I started talking and we talked about collab, I'm like, oh, absolutely, I'll collab. That'd be great.
Yeah, the only I asked you because it's because I remember I was on my playlist on my scary stories. I was like editing the video, and then one of your stories came up out of nowhere. And I was like, oh, I never put this in my playlist, but okay. And I started listening to it. I was like, wow, what's this guy's Twitter? Does he have Twitter? Because I like his voice. I want to collab with him. And then I saw your Twitter, and that's when I messaged you.
I showed up in a suggested video.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was like I think it was more this media suggestion, whatever.
Well, that's cool. It means it's
nice dude too.
It means it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
That's awesome.
That's when I saw you. It was like I think it was a horror story one. I'm not for sure, like 100%, but I'm for story. I'm not sure though.
That's cool though. Hey, I see Agent Shadow Wolf is in the chat right now. And I tell myself that if we did get 50 retweets for the live stream today, that we're going to do live readings. And what I was going to do, this is what I want to do. On his channel, sometimes he'll do like basically like a free flow scary story, which means that you have to create one on the spot. You can't read one off anything. You can't have a story prepped or anything like that. You just basically have to tell a scary story off the top of your head based on some sort of a scenario. I would screw that up so badly.
That sounds like so much fun, honestly. That sounds like so much fun.
They tried to get me to do it on the last live stream, and I said no.
That would sound fun, but so difficult to do.
That sounds like the Plague Doctor wants to do that.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind.
All right, well then, in that case, everybody type something into the chat. Here's what I want. I want a scenario. It doesn't have to be very in-depth. It could be, you could write down deep web, you could write down stalker. Just one word.
Deep web.
That's gonna be his scenario, and he's gonna build a story around it. Just that. So
did I do first person or third? I actually tell them to comment like
tell it however you like. I'm just waiting for somebody to type Type something.
All right.
So,
Someone puts
see, here's the thing. I'm getting nervous for you now. I'm I'm getting.
Oh no.
Let's see here.
Are those
We get
mega collaborations you say are fun? Because like I've seen a lot of people do it, especially the I think it's Killer Orange Cat.
Oh yeah. I know who that is.
Yeah, I saw him appear in one of those mega collaboration. I was like, that sounds like so much fun. Like a crap ton of narrators coming together, making a whole entire video. That sounds like so much fun.
Oh yeah, it is a lot of fun. What's also cool is when you're in part of one of those group chats and you can all exchange ideas back and forth and just talk about things. Because usually there's only maybe like every 15 messages somebody will actually talk about the story. And then the rest of the time, people are just going, "Hey, how's it going? How are you doing? What are you up to today?" It's just basic regular chatter. So it's pretty cool. It's a really great way to interact with people and actually get to know them in a personal way, which I kind of like. All right, so we got 3 suggestions in the chat.
Oh, okay, I see it.
You can choose jail, getting chased by a werewolf, or infectious disease. Or fourth one from Ashley, being lost in the woods at night.
Getting chased by a werewolf sounds pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
Can make something interesting with that.
Yeah. Okay. Go when you're ready. I'm nervous for you, so I'll be over here somewhere.
All right. Okay, I gotta start off like every narrator does. I was 13 at the time. For some backstory, I have a brother named Jeffrey, and my car is purple. That will be referenced later in the story. When I was 13, we went on a camping trip. Oh my god. we went on a camping trip to what's a good place for camping? What's a good place for? I'm gonna say Yellowstone. Why not? Yellowstone National Park. And day was August 19th. Such a beautiful day outside, and we were this sounds so bad. Oh my gosh. It's hard. It's a lot hard. And dang it. We were setting up. 3 hours later, we were setting up our tents. And my brother was messing around with my food, so I had to go chase him in the middle of the night. My mom was screaming our name, but we didn't listen. So we kept running to the woods, and I lost my brother, and I thought that no, I heard a noise, and I thought it was my brother. So I called his name. Hey, what I give the kid's name again? Jeffrey, right?
Yeah, Jeffrey. Yeah.
Okay, Jeffrey.
See, I'm paying attention.
See, props to you. I thought it was my brother Jeffrey, so I called out his name. Little animation sound. Jeffrey. And I heard more rustling. I got closer to the noise. And then I see a furry human-like creature jump out of the bush. And at first, I stood frozen while I heard the creature pant. I didn't know what to do, so I stood still. The creature ran off, and I ran away, screaming my mom's name. After my mom heard me, I tried to chase after her voice. Running swiftly through the woods, I bumped into a tree. First thinking it was my brother, but it was just a regular tree. And then I see my mom. My mom asked what happened, and I told her, "No, I just saw a deer." The end.
The end. This was a scary story, right?
Yeah, it was very magical. Very magical.
Well, while you were doing that, I was making everyone in the I was basically making everybody in the chat a moderator. Oh. I don't know why. A lot of these people show up to all the live streams, and I really appreciate that, guys, very much. So you're now all moderators. There you go.
everyone.
But don't go like banning each other and timing each other up. Please don't do that.
Can moderators ban each other?
I don't know. Let's not give them any ideas though.
Yeah, no. Pretend I never said that.
Okay, guys, let's go with some more suggestions for scary stories. Let's if we can get 4 more up, that'd be great. So
That was
not repeats of what was just up there. Although that infectious diseases one sounds interesting and kind of gross.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Start with that one. A spider bit me, got infected.
Yeah, and then next thing I was shooting webs out of my hand, right? Yeah.
And I became Spider-Man, and that's when a lot of sequels came out.
Dolly says, "Guys, come to my town and I'll make you a cookout. I promise." I would love to,
That's good.
but I would have to get the time off for work, and that's really hard right now because I'm working 6 and 7 days a week.
I'm high school, so like I'm down.
I mean, I'd love to. It would just be really difficult for me to get the time off.
Unless it's a mass murder, and now after we come back, we start a scary story of our own.
See, becoming a skinwalker, that's an interesting topic. What else we got?
Becoming a skinwalker?
Yes, Dolly, because I love you. Yes, that's right.
Wait, weren't we originally going to do a skinwalker story at first?
I think we were. I'm almost positive that we were, and then you chose deep web, and I was like, yeah, deep web sounds cool too. I like deep web. Skinwalker
stories are very entertaining. A lot of them are like, a lot of stories get confused with like what's the other thing? What's the other cryptid?
The Wendigo?
Yeah, the Wendigo. A lot of people get confused with that. It's like,
and I think if you go to Swamp Dweller's channel, he'll be the first one to get really mad and gripe about that.
Oh yeah. Because
anytime someone makes like a misidentification on a video or something like that, he's usually the first one to say something.
Yeah, I can understand that because I know he's very into the very cryptid stuff. I can tell by his Twitter, like he's very into it. And I think I heard like, yeah, I was on Twitter, so I think he tweeted out like someone, like he did a collab with someone about like a Wendigo skinwalker thing, and then he messed up like on the cryptid, right, and got something else, like a completely different thing. And then he got mad and then like didn't collab with them after that or like stopped talking to them. I was like, dang, God.
Yeah, you figure when he started his channel, he was doing like Dogman stories and cryptids and things like that. And when everyone else was doing like, I was home alone and something scary happened kind of stories. So he was really doing stuff that wasn't the same as everyone else. And I think that's what really set Swamp Dweller apart from everyone else, is that he was sort of doing his own thing. And he takes it very seriously. So.
Yeah, because a lot of people didn't do that cryptid stuff. I feel like, I'm not saying he started it, but I feel like he was the whole basis around it, and a lot of the bigger YouTubers, because if you check his comments section, a lot of bigger YouTubers like Lazy Masquerade just commented like, oh, it's a nice idea, I never thought of this, and then they're all doing it, but like they're getting the stories wrong because they don't really know the origins of the cryptids. So I can understand like how to get mixed up with that. They can just go off the basis of what everyone thinks a Skinwalker, a Wendigo, or Dogman is. They just go off the basis of what everyone thinks, but they don't really go into the lore of it.
Nobody's been giving any more story suggestions. Well, there's one, but that was the Skinwalker one. But
Skinwalker sounds irritating. But like,
see if I did the Skinwalker one, I'd screw it up. This is what I'm saying. So I'm waiting for more suggestions. Everyone in the chat. Swamp Dog? No, I'm not doing this. Swamp Dog.
Swamp Dog. Is that even a thing?
Brian Hernandez wrote it. It must be.
I know Dogman is like around the swampy areas, but I'm not sure about Swamp Dog.
Swamp Dog.
Honestly, I like Skinwalkers. But honestly, my favorite thumbnail made was a Skinwalker one. I like even though that's kind of what. It's hard to find Skinwalker pictures on the internet because like no one really knows what it is. I'm surprised Swamp Dog didn't call me out for my thumbnail, but I don't know. I just like all the cartoon or people create about Skinwalkers, all the cartoons, animations, all talented people do, and it was very interesting looking at that.
All right, more suggestions. What do we got? Home Alone Scary Story. So, all right, I'll either do Home Alone Scary Story or I'll do the Alone in the Scary Woods Scary Story. And Ashley basically just was talking about working nights at a gas station. That sounds like another possible scary story, so I'll pick one of those.
That sounds nice. I like that. Working at a gas station.
Gas station scary story. Hey, I could probably work with that.
Do it. I want to hear
Like,
this.
give me like 10 seconds to not to make my brain kind of not short circuit right now. Working midnights at a gas. Yeah, let's yes, Ashley, we'll do that one as a scary story. And now you guys are going to hear just how bad I stutter, and I'm going to try not to swear in the middle of a stutter, but I make no guarantees. Here we go. This happened back when I was in college. I had been working late nights at a gas station to try and make some extra money to pay for my school books. It wasn't the greatest job in the world, but I liked it. It was usually quiet. Most nights it was just people paying for gas, half drunk, driving home. Other times it was people coming in for cigarettes, tobacco, things like that. Most of the time I was bored. I liked it though. It was quiet. Most nights went by without a hitch. I went home, got a couple hours of sleep, went to my morning classes, and the day repeated itself all over again. One night in particular, though, I just had this foreboding before I went in. I don't know how to describe it. Just a sense of dread. Kind of like that chill you get up your spine when something doesn't feel right. I just kind of brushed it off, thinking maybe I was getting paranoid. I had a bad habit of watching scary movies before work, and maybe it's starting to rub off on me. I'm not really sure. But on this particular night, as I said, I just wasn't feeling myself. I went into work, saw my friend James, covered him for his shift, and said goodbye. The night went by pretty slowly. I probably only had one or two customers the whole night. It was going by, as I said, rather slowly. I got bored for a while, so I started playing on my phone. And I think I was watching YouTube videos at the time. I heard the chime of the door and I quickly hid my phone because we're not supposed to have them out at work. I saw a man walk in. At least I thought it was. It was just like a quick slip of a shadow moving by through one of the counters. I didn't really think anything of it. It's probably just somebody heading in the back to where the coolers are. Maybe he was getting an energy drink or something. I couldn't really tell. I looked over at the security cameras to see if I could find out where he was. I didn't see anybody at first. There's a bathroom in the back, and I thought maybe he had gone back there. That's where the customer's bathroom is, anyway. I noticed that the store seemed oddly quiet, quieter than usual. Since I didn't see him for a few minutes, I went back to playing with my phone. I'm not sure how long I was standing there for. Maybe a few moments. For all I know, maybe it was 15 minutes or longer. All I remember was the sound of a slam on the front counter. It kind of startled me, just like that. It kind of startled me. I looked at the counter and I saw a 6-pack of beer there. And then I looked up. I saw a filthy hand clutching it. I figured this must have been the customer I saw coming earlier. I hadn't even made eye contact with him, but I could notice a strange smell coming off of him. He stunk. And I don't mean like he hadn't taken a bath in a couple of days or didn't wear deodorant. I mean he smelled of death. I slowly made eye contact with him, and I asked if there was anything else he needed. He gave me the most disgusting stare I've ever seen. It was only at this time that I could actually notice his eyes. He wasn't making eye contact with me per se. It was almost like he was looking through me, studying me, trying to read me. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. I started to feel kind of sick and I just wanted to get the transaction over. He still hadn't answered me and spoken anything. Something just seemed off about him. I rang up his beer and told him what the total was. But he just stood there motionless. I repeated myself again, thinking maybe he was hard of hearing or something. But again, he didn't say anything. He was absolutely stiff like a statue. Something just wasn't right about this guy. I repeated myself a third time, and then he smiled at me. I kept waiting for him to do something like reach into his pocket and grab money or a card or something to pay for his order, but again, he just smiled. I asked him how he'd like to pay for that. And then I saw him reaching into his back pocket. I couldn't really tell what he was reaching for, but it was shiny and metallic looking. I only caught the tail end of it. I could feel myself starting to sweat. It's right then that I noticed headlights coming into the driveway. Another customer had come up. He then quickly pulled his hand from his back pocket and there was nothing in it. He moved over to the side of the counter and I thought that was going to be it for him. Another customer entered, bought a pack of cigarettes and quickly left. I felt absolutely terrified. I was hoping maybe the customer would stick around a little longer. Maybe I could signal him or something. Maybe I could start up a conversation and the other guy would simply go away. But he didn't. As that other customer left, the man in front of me turned around and watched as he drove off. And then he quickly snapped his head back around to stare at me again. I knew something was wrong. Something was terribly, terribly wrong with this guy. As quietly as I could and slowly as I could, I slid my phone back out of my pocket and pressed 911. My hands were sweating profusely and my phone slipped out of my hand. It hit the ground and I could hear the glass on the display crack. I looked back over at the customer, and he was still glaring at me and smiling. I said, "I'm just going to grab that," as if I didn't want to startle him or make him do anything sudden. I reached down slowly for my phone, and I grabbed the nearest thing I could find. I can't really remember what it was, but I knew it was metallic and heavy. This probably wasn't the wisest thing I've ever done, but I swung it at him and hit him in the face with it. I then bolted over the counter and ran out the front, got into my car and drove off as quickly as I could, forgetting my phone. I got home and called my boss and the police and sent them back to the gas station. This is the crazy part. The man was still there when the police arrived. He hadn't moved from the spot. When they got there, there was blood everywhere because he had gashed his forehead open when I hit him. By the time I got back to work the next morning, I thought for sure I was going to get fired or maybe even arrested for assault. Turns out that the guy that was in the gas station that night had actually murdered his family 4 weeks earlier. The reason he smelled so bad was because he had been apparently burning their bodies inside of an oil drum to try to hide the evidence. I quit my job a few weeks later. I do something else for a living now, and I think I'm better off that way. The end.
No way. That was so good.
Oh, thank you.
That was nice. That was honestly nice. Bravo.
Oh, I'm sweating.
I was slowly trying to get the chips I had and try to bring them up without interrupting the story. I was just trying to bring them up. Very entertaining. That was very entertaining.
Can't believe it's almost 9 o'clock. Jeez. Where'd the time go?
Damn. Already?
Yeah.
I went by quick.
Yeah, it really did.
How was everyone in chat saying?
I don't know. Brian Hernandez wrote down, "I was working at the gas station. The gas station blew up, and then I wrote the gas station at the same time." You know, I could have made the ending like that, but I don't know.
Insane ending like that. Explosions, Michael Bay.
And then there's an explosion, and Michael Bay
Then
ran away from the set.
right away from the set died. That's the story. Hope you guys enjoyed. That'd be a very interesting ending.
I was like, oh geez, how am I gonna end this one? How do I what am I doing here? And if I only had thought of Brian Hernandez's ending just now, that would have been awesome.
So like, have you heard of what's that guy's name? Mr. Terror?
Are we talking about the Mr. Terror that's been on YouTube for a while? That's a really nice guy that actually has an established channel. Or are we talking about the other Mr. Terror?
The other one.
He was let me see if I can recap correctly what happened with him without getting into specifics about the things that he was saying and doing. He was doing horror, and then he started a hip-hop channel. Then he did a motivational speaker channel, and then he started vlogging, and right now he's doing country music. And this is all within a period of 4 weeks. So yeah, I'll just say this. I know some of the things that were going on there, and I didn't like them. And it's unfortunate because we don't need poison pills in this community. We simply do not.
Yeah, we try to drop them out very quick.
Yeah,
I think Swamp Dweller. I think even Corpse hasn't talked about him. I think he mentioned him in his Twitter like once or twice because he was just flat out. I don't know. I collabed with him thinking he was gonna meet Doe, like pretty nice person because he messaged me saying wanted to make a collab. You seen Doe, and I was like, you know what? Why not? And then he just and then he just threatened to dislike box me and then get mad at me because I didn't make him a thumbnail.
Yeah, I remember that, and and he had sent me a message on Twitter. He's like, "Oh, stay away from Plague Doctor," and I'm like, "Why?"
Oh yeah, he got mad that I collabed with you. He was like, "Oh, we're now true friends." I was like, "I'm just doing it because he's a nice person, and then I like what he does on his channel, so that's why I'm collabing with him. Plus, he seems like super nice. He's a super nice person to talk to." And he was like, "Oh wow, so we're not friends?" And I was like, "I never said we're not, but I just, you have to like, I want to collab with other people. Other people seem nice. Also, other people offered me some. Why not, collab with them?" And he just got super mad.
Yeah, and it was so weird because I'm like, look, Plague Doctor didn't do anything to me. Okay, he's a nice guy. We've collabed together. He's like, well, I'm just trying to warn you. I'm like, warn me of what? If somebody's a problem in the community, we usually know about it pretty quick. And
yeah,
and it turns out that it wasn't you, obviously. And it's a shame. And what I really worried about was that since there's another narrator named Mr. Terror, I was worried about that would kind of go back against him, because the names are the same. But it looks like they didn't, and the stuff ended pretty quickly. So I'm actually glad that it did. And I mean, I'll still talk to the guy and everything, but doggone it, I don't know what his deal was or what he was trying to do. But don't spam people's inboxes with, "Hey, subscribe to my channel." If people like what you're doing, they'll subscribe to you.
Mm-hmm.
For one, and two, be nice. It'll go a lot further than being a jerk.
Yeah.
People will watch your stuff and they will give you good feedback. And to me, here's the thing: I'll never try to promote or even self-promote my channel and make it sound anything greater than it is. I will make it sound pretty much exactly like it is. I narrate and some people like it. That's it. You set the bar really high if your whole selling point for your channel would be my stories are better than Mr. Nightmare's. Well, Mr. Nightmare pretty much was the springboard for everybody in the horror community. He's the one that's pretty much started it all. You're setting the bar awfully high and the expectation. And if you can't deliver on that, you shouldn't even be saying it.
Yeah,
that's a real hard metric to achieve.
He's
So
Mr. Nightmare. Like, even though not a lot of narrators bash on him because he's, of course, everyone does that to anyone that's the biggest in the community of their community. Everyone does that, but I have to give him props. He did give the horse community a lot more recognition. It's also on Mr. Creepypasta. Also the Creepypasta people who are big. They also give us a name. Not really a name, but more people coming in. Like even every day, more people are coming in, watching the whole entire narrating scene and stuff like that. And even more people are making channels on this, which is actually pretty nice to see. Like I like to see new narrators. I like to see more people in my inboxes because I like a lot of people really enjoy this. Like listening to this, there's a lot of viewers who like listen to this when they go to sleep, when they like do everyday activities, or just when they want to like have fun with their friends, just like listen to it just for fun. And then we won't have like if we have people like let's say Mr. Terror, just trying to ruin the community like that we have right now. Because right now it's not that bad because people are just coming in, making videos, people are listening to them. It's pretty stable. Nothing too bad, nothing too much drama except for the people from Pasta and people's narration getting taken down because the copyright apparently.
right.
Other than that, it's not really nothing's really bad happening that we know of at least. And if we have people coming and trying to ruin that, trying to give us a bad name, then we still, I don't really appreciate that.
No, I don't either. And the problem is that it only takes a couple of people doing that to make the whole community look bad.
I know it does.
And
It really does.
next thing you know, these people are going on forums and things like that. And I don't want to see that happen. There's so many really terrific narrators out there, and you're occasionally going to have these people that get kind of full of themselves. I'm never going to be that person personally. Whether I had, when I first started out and I had like 5 subscribers and I was just even now when I get a comment on a video, I go to it right away and I got to reply to it. I'm always going to be that individual. I mean, I would have to have like thousands and thousands of subscribers with thousands of comments coming in to where I would ever have it where I couldn't keep up. So as long as I can keep up with that and constantly say thanks to people and stuff, I'm going to always do that. I'm always going to, interact with the viewers because they're the ones that make your channel what it is. I mean,
100% true.
It's great to be good at what you do, but it's even better when people are receptive to what you do.
Yeah. I've noticed that too. That's what I like about the narrator community. A lot of even the big narrators like go comment like reply to like mostly every single comment. Even people who get like 20,000 comments, 10,000 comments, even like 10 comments. Everyone I see like they reply a lot, especially to their subscribers, and I appreciate that a lot. I like how people interact with subscribers, builds up the community as a great place. Like mostly everyone here is nice. I see from live streams, everyone here is nice, and I really appreciate that. But then we have people that come in like for example, Mr. Terror, and then try to ruin that, try to spam the comments. Like, have you seen the stuff you try to do? Like, you went, I think it was on, what was it? I think it was Southern Cannibal, right? That's his name, right? Southern Cannibal?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I think he put a tweet on that, that Mr. Terror asked for a shout out in this comment section. He was like, oh man, that sucks. Someone of his subscribers commented saying, I was having a bad day, but your video made me better. And then it's a nice comment, very nice comment. But then Mr. Terror had a comment below saying, being like, oh, that sucks, man. Can you subscribe to my channel? I was like, that's not how you do it. That's honestly not how to grow a subscriber base.
No, it's really
appreciate.
not. And Southern Cannibal's a nice guy,
Mm-hmm. He's
but
very nice.
but even he has his limits for how much he'll accept with how much you can throw at him. It's just like Corpse Husband. He's a super nice guy, but even he has his limits. They all do.
Yeah.
And they have bigger channels, of course. But they've got humble beginnings, and they know that. But still, you can't. I'll give an example. Now, I do donate to a lot of live streams. If like Swamp Door has a live stream going on, Dark Somnium has a live stream going on, Corpse Husband has one going on, Southern Cannibal has one going on. I donate to the live streams to support the channels because the demonetization lately really sucks.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't go to these big channels and say, give me a shout out. Even though I could, I don't do it. If somebody else is in the comment section and they want a shout out, but they don't have any money, I'll shout out at a high dollar amount, so that way the chat will the message will stick at the top of the chat longer, so that way they can do the lower volume ones first, and then they don't have to rush to do the other shout out for the person in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. Whether I have 500 subscribers or I go back down to 5, people are listening. That's great. As long as they're watching the videos and they like what I do, great. But I don't want to be the person that's going out saying, hey, sub for sub, or, you know, subscribe to me and my channel is amazing. I'm not going to be that person, because my channel is really nothing special. Some people like it. I'm glad. Thank you guys so much. But I will promote the snot out of other channels if I really like them, which is why we're here, because I like your channel.
Oh, it kind of made me blush.
Like I said, like as you saw on Twitter, I didn't want to see you give up. I thought, you know, he could use a boost. This guy just he's just in a rut right now. He needs a boost. I'm like, come on, guys, show him some support. Go to his channel, watch some videos, just support the guy. Let's turn this around for him.
Oh, make me blush.
And it worked, and you're here. So the power of the community has shown just how amazing it is.
Yeah, when I got those DMs, a lot of them were very thoughtful. I was like, even random subscribers I didn't know, because you know, like on YouTube, you can actually check like people who have the sub boxes on, like, or subscriptions on or whatever. You can actually see who subscribed to you. A lot of people who DM me and be like, I've subscribed for a while, and I'm like, oh, really? Let me check. And then I checked. I was like, wow, they actually been subscribed since like my first sub or whatever. And everyone's saying that, oh, Free Crawler told me that you're going a rough time. You know, just keep it up. I like it. And honestly, that made me very nice. Personally, I think, of course, everyone needs room for improvement, but I just feel like I wasn't there, like, whatsoever, not even close. And then when I saw the comments, and then when I saw you tweet out not to quit, I was like, man, I'm not. I think I'm just gonna come back to it. You know, probably do once a week, make it easier myself, and yeah.
Well, I'm glad, and I'm sure that the people listening are going to be glad too, because I really hate when, I mean, there have been a few narrators that I didn't really like because they were jerks and their channels didn't last very long. But when there are good narrators out there, and especially ones that are just starting out, I hate to see them vanish. And so, like I said, I do periodically check through all the people I'm subscribed to see when the last time they uploaded. And if it's been a while, I'll send them a message on YouTube and say, hey, everything going okay? And there are a couple that haven't replied because I don't think that they're doing it anymore. And it's sad for me, because like I said, it's like watching a TV show you enjoy and having it canceled mid-season. It's a shocker. I don't like it. This is it. These videos entertain me as well, and they make me want to keep working, because when I see other channels are working hard and busting their butt and making videos, I'm like, I want to keep doing this. I want to keep going too, you know. It's just like when, you know, if you want to exercise and you want to get really physically fit, it's always easier if somebody's there with you to motivate you. So these other narrators motivate me, and you motivate me too. So that's the beauty of the community.
Honestly, out of everything you said, I don't have to agree on one thing. What I actually said. Fear merchandise.
Fear merchandise.
Fear merchandise.
That's going to be many, many thousands of subscribers from now, I think. Although I did promise Ashley that she would get the first piece of merchandise that would be made. But I'd have to get to like maybe like a Phantom of Darkness level where I've got thousands of subscribers. I don't even have 1,000 yet.
Oh yeah.
You know, because otherwise, what would I sell? Like one coffee mug? Oh, Dismal Hero is in the chat. Dismal Hero is another terrific narrator who I hope. I know you can hear me, Dismal. I hope that you do some more videos soon. I really do.
Oh, Dismal Hero. Oh, I'm actually subscribed to him.
Yeah, I love that guy's videos. He has got such a great way of delivering the story and just letting the suspense build when he speaks. And he never rushes it. It just makes you just kind of like grip the edge of your seat and go, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? And you never quite know how the story is going to turn out, because he never gives that inflection. He never leads you to the next point. You just have to listen. You never figure it out for yourself. And I love that about him.
Yeah, a lot of A lot of narrators do that when especially the ones who like don't really show emotion. Like they're just like, hey, yeah, what's up, guys? A lot of people like give away the story easily, but this one here, he actually, I really love what he does. I honestly would love what he does. Like everything, especially with the tone that he has, makes you like, especially for me, for some person who goes to sleep with scary stories, like it makes me like because I mostly just listen to these, make me fall asleep easy. But when I listen to his, makes it a lot harder.
No, I agree. I actually, we actually did a collab. We did a collab on my channel and we did one on his channel. On his channel, we did cryptids, and on my channel, we did scary telephone calls.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun to do. And you know, again, like I said, whenever I do a collab with somebody, I listen to like what they do. I'm like, I'm just like, I'm thrilled with it. And I hear what I do. I'm like, oh, it sucks. So, but I think my favorite video that Dismal Hero did was the one that's called "There's Someone Dead in Your Apartment." Man, that one was creepy. I really like that one a lot.
I know which one you're talking about. I know
I,
which one you're talking
I
about.
really like that one a lot. So yeah, if you
I
guys
actually
if you
love
guys aren't
stories.
if you guys aren't subscribed to Dismal Hero, you have got to go subscribe to him. Definitely show him some support. I love this guy's content.
Honestly, I love stories like that, especially like it doesn't most like yeah they're creative like those type of stories are kind of like creepypasta based, like a lot of people say they are, but they don't feel like it. I don't know. They just like they feel like a it was like a rare just a rare story that you would tell someone, but like with an ending that's a lot different than you think.
No, I agree. And the thing is that I listen to him and I usually can't tell because they're they're usually the delivery is of such a unique perspective that you go, this sounds like it's legit.
Yeah, it sounds even though it's creepypasta, like it sounds very legit.
It
Except for
sounds it sounds it sounds legit, you know.
I think MC what's his name MC creepypasta right? MC
Well, there's Mr. Creepypasta and there's Creeps McPasta.
Christmas pasta. Yes, I think he's the one with the yellow.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, the stories he does, I love them. Like the stories like that. That's what basically what Dismal does. Like some of his stories. Honestly, like that. I like. I know like that's supposed to compare yourself with bigger YouTubers, but I can honestly compare Dismal and wait, what's his name? MC Pasta, right? MC
Creeps McPasta.
Christopher Pasta. Christopher Pasta. I can actually compare those two. Those. That's actually. I would actually want a debate of people seeing which is better because honestly, I have to say Dismal is because I just love his content. Dismal, I don't want to see him leave or anything.
Me neither.
Very unique person.
Yes, and I mean he's a terrific narrator, and I mean now he even gave me the advice. He's like, you know, if you ever feel like you don't want to upload, don't upload. Don't pressure yourself to do it because otherwise you're gonna start to hate it. Just do it when you feel like doing it. Do it when you're in that zone because otherwise you're not gonna enjoy it. You're not gonna have fun with it. And he's right.
That's honestly that's very true. If you just keep forcing yourself to make videos, no way, no.
And someday we're all going to get to that comfort zone where we can be like Mr. Nightmare. We can upload maybe once a month, and then people still get it millions of views, and people still love you and remember you.
Yeah,
And you know,
that's honestly how you.
I'd love to be that guy. I just know that that's many years from now. So
Uh, oh, this one here said get at me on Twitter. Oh, okay, this one here. Okay, okay.
you heard the man.
You heard the man. You saw in chat. You saw in chat first, folks. You saw this in chat first. Oh, honestly, I appreciate Mr. Nightmare what he does. I appreciate his fan base too. I can actually say for him the fan base because that's actually dedication right there. He can leave. He can leave for a year, come back, and then he will still get millions of views. His supporters are amazing.
Oh, absolutely. Because people just they wait for it and they don't expect it. And the last time he actually had a schedule was like 2 years ago where he did like 2 videos a week.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't done that for like 2 years. And as soon as I get a notification on my phone, usually I'm at work. I'm like, oh, I gotta go watch this.
I know a lot of narrators in the community don't really like Mr. Nightmare because of course, he doesn't like pump a lot of content. It's people just get mad that he doesn't upload a lot and he still gets a lot of views. But you have to understand like how his fan base is. It's not really his fault that his fan base is a lot different than people should expect to be because mostly what happens when you go inactive for like most people or people think it is you go inactive and you start losing supporters and then when you come back you won't get the same supporters. But Mr. Nightmare's fan base is it's a lot different. Very unique. I kind of like it. Honestly, really appreciate that.
I do too, and I like reading the comments because people are always like, I was doing this, so I was like, I was at work or they read something silly like I was watching Pornhub, and then I had to click off because Mr. Nightmare uploaded, and
Mr. Nightmare put it.
it's awesome to see that people want the content that much. And I do see it with some other narrators that have gotten very big in the last, in the past year that I've been doing this. And it's so cool watching people's channels grow and just watching how far they can go. And what's also really cool is to know that I know them and that they remain so humble and that they're so easy to interact with. They'll never push away their fan base or act like, oh, I'm a big YouTuber now and I'm so important, and they're not like that, and at least none of the ones that I know. So that's really cool.
Honestly, a lot of people shouldn't put their ego first thing. Their
Oh, I agree.
subscribers
I,
like
I
that.
agree. I agree.
Definitely, because reason why a lot of us are here, a lot of us are in this community for a reason is because subscribers or fan base, whatever big or small you are. A lot of people just are here because the subscribers, even the supporters in the whole entire genre is like very very supportive people, especially the comment section. And most people I see, big YouTubers, even small YouTubers, even Mr. Terra, has supporters, which is nice, even for people like that in the community. Still seeing like the whole entire community still be nice in the comment section and not go off, except for like of course when people send their supporters to go after someone. I still see support, and I'm like, that's amazing. I really love this community. Very nice people here.
I do too, and that's why even when I had it where I was thinking maybe I should just stop. I mean, because I had that even just maybe like 6 months ago. It was because the community is so supportive and they're like, don't stress yourself over it. And I find myself constantly apologizing if I can't upload every, just like 3 times a week and sometimes only get like one video up a week. And people are like, no, it's cool. If you can't, you can't, we'll be here. I'm like, that is so cool.
Mm-hmm. It is, honestly. Oh, wait, someone in chat. Dolly Vampire. Wait, what is she saying about quitting?
Oh yeah, she's been having a rough time. I mentioned earlier that her channel had been like closed twice, and she's on her third channel now. There's some stuff going on, so I'm gonna talk to her on Twitter about that.
Everyone in here should subscribe to her right now, honestly.
Yeah, Robert says you should have a healthy backlog of content, so if you don't upload for a while, you can still put up videos. Yeah, I'd like to, but here's what happens to me, Robert, is that if sometimes I'll do it where I can actually create 3 videos in a day. I don't wait to put them out though, because I think, oh, I'll put one out today, tomorrow, the next day, or I'll put out 2 the same day and then the third one the next day, because I get like really excited and I really just want to hit the upload button. And I know I shouldn't do that. I should probably space them out a little bit better. And that's whenever you see it where I have a big upload week, that's usually what happened. It's because I did that and I kind of got a little excited, a little eager to get the videos out and, hope that people like it. And rather than waiting like I should have. But if I get to I think you have to be like 1,000 subscribers or something like that, or no, I think you have to be monetized, and then you can set upload schedules to when you upload, and then you can set a time and a date for it to upload, so that way you don't have to worry about it. If I ever get to that point, I'll probably do it that way, just to stop myself from not uploading too much stuff back to back.
Honestly, if you're thinking about just doing that, honestly just schedule it. Just schedule the upload so you don't have to worry about it and be like, okay, it's gonna be up that day.
Yep, and then I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you don't
That's
have to
that
touch
would
it.
that would be the intelligent thing for me to do, but I
Just
don't.
schedule it. Just force yourself to touch the mouse. Just force
I
yourself to press the schedule button.
I had this. I can't. I think it was. I want to say it was last summer. I had done 3 videos in the same day, and I uploaded them all the same day. And I don't know what made me do that, but I did it. And I should have just been like, oh well, this is an entire week's worth of videos. I'm good for next week. Nope, nope. Put them all up in the same week.
All in the same week.
Yeah, yeah. There's another one of those 6 video weeks for me. Yeah, shouldn't have done that. Should have maybe gapped those a little bit. But I was hoping that people would be like, oh, look, Fear Crawler's uploading a lot of stuff. Ooh, who's Fear Crawler? Oh, I'll go watch his videos. Yay.
I appreciate the eagerness though. I like the eagerness, like
Yeah, I
wanting to
was
get the
a
content out. I
little
like
little too eager though, I
that.
think.
Yeah.
Little too much.
Still, I still appreciate that. It's honestly amazing. Six. It's like, you know what? I got 6 uploads. Start scheduling. I'm just gonna upload all today.
Yep.
Just for you guys.
Yeah, and I did.
Oh, I still like that though.
I
I still like that.
I keep wanting to make longer videos because I haven't done a really long video in a while, and I'm not counting the collabs I just did or the last couple of recent videos, but I mean just like a really long one that's like 20 minutes long, 25 minutes long. I haven't done that in a while, and I would like to do that, but then we're talking like 4 or 5 days to work on the video, and I just still trying to get the work schedule kind of figured out right now. And then I feel like I feel lazy, and then I'm like, well, I want to get something out this week at least. So last time I ran a Twitter poll, people didn't want just 1 video a week. They want like 2 videos a week to 3, and just shorter videos like 10 minutes long. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of my happy medium. Yes, Dolly, Plague Doctor does have a Twitter. You should go chat to him now. Send him a message.
Who's that? Who's that one? There's this one narrator that very fascinates me with his editing and everything. Like everything he does. Like, I forgot his name. I know he's friends with Swamp Thrower. He's like his AV has like a mask. It's like a white mask.
It's got a white mask.
Yeah.
Boy, that's pretty broad.
It's like a white. Oh, it's like a. I gotta find it, but I don't know. I think if I say it or someone like says like something close to it, I feel like I would get it.
I probably know who it is, but there's a couple that have white masks.
It's like a very his voice sounds like a very one of those trailer, like well, not yeah, this movie trailer sounds very like very amazing. His voice.
Let me think.
I gotta find on my Twitter real quick. I'm gonna see who follows because I know it's like his voice, something else. I really like the voice that he has. Let's see. Oh, living amongst us, whatever.
Oh, Dolly knew. Dolly.
What?
Look at that. Dolly beat me to it. Dolly knew before I did. Look at that.
Living his you know, have you seen his stuff, right? Have you seen his videos?
Odds are I probably have. I mean, I haven't checked my subscriber bar in a while, but I'm subscribed to so many narrators. But
He's very
most
unique. I
likely.
don't know. It's like a very weird transition. How people average narrator that's like the number 1 or number 2. It's
Yep.
weird because like in his transitions are, it's just in the beginning of his thing. He's like, it's like in beginning he mentions like what his transitions are. He's like, if you hear the sound of this beep, that means the next story is about to continue. And I'm like, that's very original. That's super original. And then like you throughout the story, you just hear like these little things. That's when you know like the next story is gonna happen. And he has like a little like that a lot of the music YouTube channels have that little bar, like when the beat goes off, whatever, and like the little thing moving around it, like circle.
Sure.
He has that for like his voice, and I'm like, I don't know, his like content's very original for someone like 1,000 subscribers. That's super original. I'm gonna know a lot of YouTubers, a lot of narrators out there, very underrated. But that's very original. A lot of these narrators are super creative, especially like Dismal Hero, Living Among Us. What else we have? Very underrated.
Vida
Get on chat.
22.
I like
Vida 22 is one of my favorites, and he was just in the chat before he left. And how that guy doesn't have 1 million subscribers is beyond me because he has got one of the coolest narration voices.
oh narration voices. People who have like the accents or like the voice are just meant for trailers or just like meant for like something else or just
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. On that 15 Nightmarish Horror Story video that I did, the first one, the first narrator on there was Brimstone Below, and that guy's got a cool accent. He's got a really cool voice too. And I was like, oh, this is definitely how the video has to open. It's definitely got to open this way.
yeah. Honestly, if you're ever even narrators are in the chat, if you're ever thinking about doing a America Lab, find someone with the coolest accent and make them go first. No matter what, just make them go first.
Absolutely.
Makes the story a lot better.
Because then right away, boom, it's got everyone's attention, and then they'll watch the whole video.
Also, I appreciate the people who have like the very I don't know. I don't really like monotone speakers, but like people who like have the natural monotone voice, but just make it work somehow. I appreciate that. Honestly, I like the how it sounds. Like who has like that? Kind of Chills kind of has like that. His voice.
Sure,
You know who Chills is, right?
sure. Mr. Scarecrow kind of does the same thing too.
Oh, Mr. Scarecrow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Mr. Scarecrow. Sometimes Mr. Nightmare used to have like his voice like very monotone. Now he's like more
Yeah, and I think
aggressive.
it has to do with where he's recording his videos now. I know that when he started out, he would record them at work, and now he's using, I think, a different microphone setup, and it sounds like he's doing something more in like a studio area because the you don't have the same the sound of the audio for his voice track isn't really it doesn't sound the same. I don't know how to describe it. Before it used to sound a little further in the back and slightly muddy, and it worked. And now it still sounds good, but it almost sounds too clean.
I know he probably has like I know he pays people to do like audio, like fix audio. People who like tune in. I know Mr. Creepypasta does it too. He just pays people to do fix his audio to make them sound a little bit more clean, crisper, whatever. To make the I think it's just mostly to give the story more effect. I think that's it. People like I know people pay. I know a lot of narrators pay people to like either make the voice sound very high pitched or make it sound monotone or make it sound like mild, whatever. So it can fit with the story. I know it just depends on the story and the narrator, but I know a lot of them do that.
And here I've been doing it all on my own, doing it the hard way.
All right. Wait, do you use Audacity or what do you use?
I use Audacity, yeah.
Yeah, Audacity sometimes pain in the butt.
Yeah. And then if I want to do any cleanup, I usually do it inside Sony Vegas. But I I try not to mess with it too much. If the volume's too low, I just pump it up in Vegas. If the volume's too high, I just drop it in Vegas. And any little audio hiccups and things like that, I'm fine with small ones. I don't make a big deal out of it. I mean, if you
Um,
go back to my first videos, I recorded them on my cell phone, so the audio is already like 100 times better now. So
Wait, what do you use to make your thumbnails?
my thumbnails, oh, I have an artist that makes those for me. His name is the Maxa. He's on Twitter.
They're very nice. Honestly, I like them.
Yeah, I like those too. Yeah, before that, I had a guy named Rex that would do them for me, but he stopped making thumbnails. I want to say maybe 9 months ago, 10 months ago. So I had to go with a different artist. So some of my thumbnails are the ones that Rex did for me. Like even like the if you look at the one that was the abandoned amusement parks one, which I did like maybe 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. That one was one that Rex did, and then all the other ones are ones that were done by the Maxa.
The ones I can tell, yeah, I can tell the difference in the thumbnail styles. That's why I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I like what the Rex. I like what Rex did with his thumbnail styles.
Yeah, I think both of them are unique. I mean, I tried to go with something that was just more. I want when I had the Max to start doing my stuff for me, I asked him if he could just do, for the most part, try to keep a lot of them more of a minimalist style, and that seemed to work because I like for some of them I like just very simple shapes, like guy in a doorway with a knife and just a lot of black and just leave it like that. And
Yeah.
Others I like detail, but sometimes I really like a minimalist approach. But the guy hasn't let me down yet, so.
No, I feel you. Thumbnails are nice. I like thumbnails. He's very talented.
And that's why I pay him so well.
um,
I started out doing my own thumbnails, but then I realized that I wasn't good at them. So I started having somebody else do them for me, and then I just replaced all my thumbnails because I was like, nah, I'm just gonna have somebody else do them all because it's one less headache for me to worry about rather than trying to me make nice thumbnails just to have someone else do it for me. And then, you know, if people like the thumbnails, I just say, oh well, he's on Twitter, just send him a message, he'll make one for you.
yeah. I honestly, what was I gonna say? Who is very? A lot of people say my thumbnails I have are like look like the what's it called, the Call of Duty community ones, cause like how I don't know the bright, I guess in the bright colors whatever. I think it was Swamp Dweller and about that, and then I started going with the more of a dark approach. And honestly, I don't know. It feels weird. The dark stuff. I don't know. Like I know it's important narrating thing, but like I don't know. I don't know. It's weird.
Sometimes you just hear what I've done too is I've asked for like 3 different versions of the same type of thumbnail, and I picked the one I like the best because sometimes it's one thing to have like your own unique look for a thumbnail, but sometimes less is more. Sometimes I want something that's very dark and very over the top, and sometimes I want something very simple. So usually, like when I ask my artist for something, he'll I'll say, give me a couple different designs, and I just pay for them all. And if I like one of them, I'll pick that one. And then if the other one was okay, then that one becomes the one for the number 2 of that video or number 3 of that video or whatever it is.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Wait, how much do you pay your designers? Like, do you just pay them like $1 or something, or like?
Oh no, I pay him $5 a thumbnail.
Oh, oh,
Yeah, yeah, I pay
making
him.
some quick buck. Making
Oh
some
yeah,
quick.
I pay him well. And then I mean, I recently just had all like the ones I had with like number 2 and number 3. I wanted all those thumbnails to be unique, so that way they didn't repeat. Because I used to just put numbers on them, so that way you could tell which video it was in the sequence. And then I decided I didn't like that. I want all the thumbnails to be their own style each time, so that way there wasn't the same image. Because I thought that could be confusing. Because some people might not look at the number; they might look at just the image and think, "Oh, I already saw this video." So I had him go, and I think there was like maybe like 8 or 9 thumbnails that I had him do over. So, but yeah, I pay him well because I mean he gets me the thumbnails the same day, so the turnaround's really quick.
That's that's actually a smart idea because I'm what's the person who's someone that does that? Oh yeah, B I know B Busta does that like a lot same thumbnails
Yep,
like
and then just change the number. Yeah, and I think it creates confusion because you might think, "Oh, I already saw this one," but if you make the thumbnail you look unique to each video, then you go, "Oh, I haven't seen this one because I don't remember this thumbnail."
yeah because I'm looking at the channel right now. It's like there's 2 thumbnails back to back. It's like true scary. Like both of them are called true scary stories, but like they're different videos, but like same thumbnail and like same title, same thumbnail, but different videos.
So confusing though. So confusing.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing. It's like I wouldn't get that either. Honestly, honestly, right here, Tia has like other ones too, like true scary stories from Reddit, but like they're both all different number stories, but all the same thumbnail. So I can understand like why people get confused and they like in the same thumbnail say they even decrease in views when it's like 100K, 90K, 80K. They start decreasing because everyone thinks they already watched it.
Yeah, and that's like I said, that was something I want to avoid. So that's why I made them all different.
Yeah, that's smart move. That's a very smart move. I mean I can understand if it's like if it's a 2 part thing where it's like those interactive stuff. Have you know those interactive stories that people do sometimes?
Oh, you mean like where you click on this and then like another window pops up and you click on it and
Yeah, like you choose your own fate, whatever.
oh
Or
yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually thought about doing one of those where it would branch off like that, where you'd be able to like pick like go left, go right, or pick this up or pick that up, and you just pick a different screen on top of
yeah,
on
that
top of
sounds
the
so
story.
fun.
I'd really like to do that, but it would take me a really long time.
Yeah, that'll take a
And
lot of wondering.
I would honestly, I'm the type of person that if I start a project, I like to finish it. I don't like to go back and forth between projects. So I would probably end up spending about 4 weeks doing that.
That sounds like a lot of work. Plus, like you have to render so many
Oh
videos,
yeah, yeah.
get the links. You have to go back and forth with links, whatever, and it should be so much work. Like that's what I'm
But
rebelling
it'd be
against. I feel like
so it would be so cool though. It would be so cool.
the outcome is amazing. Who's someone? I think yeah. B all I know is B Busta and Mr. Nightmare done that, and honestly, that was nice. It was funny you did. I try to do all the options because it's entertaining. Like you see the different outcomes, see what different things you can get, and then even like it's very interactive. I like that. Honestly, that's very creative.
9:35. Wow, it's
9:30.
getting late.
And time goes by super fast.
Yeah, it really does. Live streams usually do. Especially when there's a guest on and I got someone to talk to. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, the music. Honest. Wait, who's the? How do you pronounce the guy's name who does like all of the narrating
Oh, Muji?
music? Yes,
Yeah.
he's so talented. I honestly
He's
love his work.
incredibly talented.
He's incredibly talented. All the work he does. All the narrators love him. Every single narrator loves him.
Oh yeah, I mean all he asks, he said you can use any of my music you want. All you gotta do is just give me a link in the description.
He doesn't. Even, I don't know. He doesn't even like copyright it as like money. He just all he asks is
Yeah,
just like a simple link.
it's like here, here's the link, go download it. And I've made sure I messaged him like it would be cool if I used like a couple of your songs. Like use whatever you want, just make sure you just give me a link in the description. Like, oh, absolutely, you know it. So now I just by default like every video, even if his song isn't in there, it says music by Muji, just in case, because I'll probably end up using one of his songs in there somewhere. So
I know
he gets a link in every video of mine.
he's very talented. Honestly, I love him. I don't think there's anyone out there that would not appreciate his work because mostly all the narrators use his stuff.
Absolutely.
Very very talented. I don't know how someone like that have so many people supporting him, and then he's like, you know what? All I have to do is give me a link. That's honestly awesome.
Yeah, and he's so down to earth. I was listening to an interview he did on I can't remember what channel it was on, but he's really down to earth, really nice guy, and funny too. I'm like, wow, what a cool guy. He sounds so happy, like he was just so thrilled to be on this YouTube interview.
Yeah, he's honestly he's awesome. I know he interacts with a lot of narrators too because I know he's part of the scene. Does it? He does his all. I think I think he does it free. I think he probably gets paid by ad revenue and stuff like that. But still, like ad revenue doesn't really pay you much, so that's why I feel bad. Like that. Oh, he's doing this for fun, which I appreciate him. But I feel bad, like wow, he's doing all this, and then all he's getting just from ad revenue. He's probably getting for more. I don't know, but from what most people seen or what I seen, mostly ad revenue I see.
And really, he could be doing such bigger things, and yet he's making these songs and uploading them to YouTube, and people download them. And I mean, he could be doing gigantic, enormous things. This guy could be writing scores for film, and he could be doing that, and yet he's choosing to do YouTube. And why he
And
doesn't have millions and millions and millions of subscribers and is beyond me. It's just it's baffling. I just don't understand it.
yeah, a lot of people don't really subscribe to him. I know a lot of people know who he is, but not really people like subscribe to him. I feel like a lot of people should because I know he's good friends like Corpse Hudson, Mr. Nightmare, like most of all the bigger like narrators. He's like super friends with. I know that because I know I seen him in a couple of the live streams on Twitter. They interact with each other, and honestly, I like that. I like people who create like for example music, um, just people like who like do all this amazing stuff and like interact with people who use it. Like I don't really see that much. Like a lot of artists out there don't really interact with their viewers or like people who support them. And I like how he does that. How he just interacts with people like all normally, like as if they're like a regular person. Not they don't see him as like as a subscriber or just a number. He interacts with them like as a regular person. I really like that. It's not a lot of people like that.
I do too.
Oh, okay. I just mentioned Dolly because I'm kind of concerned. I'm kind of concerned about her right now.
Yeah, so am I. Looks like everyone is actually.
Talented. I don't know. People who are messaging her saying stuff like, quit. Honestly, those people should not be around. I suggest she blocks them. Just like make sure he doesn't get to her head because I know it happens to a lot of people when you see like bad comments, especially when it's just like one comment. You can have like all the comments nice. You can have that one bad comment that can ruin your life, and not ruin your life, but ruin your whole entire mood. It happens a lot, but honestly, I just suggest she blocks them because they're just gonna keep going after her and stuff like that. And I don't want to see her
I
like get to the edge where she quits.
I agree. I agree. And I mean, of course she's going to take it to heart. I mean, we all do. I mean, if I get a
Yeah, we
thumbs
all do.
down on a video, I'm like, what did I do wrong? What didn't
Yeah,
you like? And I feel worse if I don't get any feedback, like telling me what they didn't like, because then I don't know how to improve. But it is what it is. You're always going to have it, and the bigger your channel gets, the more thumbs down you're going to get. I mean, somebody's always going to not like your stuff for whatever reason, and usually they won't even explain. So after a while, I stopped listening. So,
yeah.
but
Constructive criticism is a lot better, especially when you
oh,
talk.
absolutely, absolutely. Like someone said to me they like my channel, but I should get a better microphone. So what did I do? Like that same day, I bought a different microphone. So,
Yeah, it's a lot better than having comment section saying, "Oh, you suck." And that's a lot
yep,
better.
yep, yeah. And then that's it, and no explanation, no explanation either.
Yeah, no explanation. Just be like, "Oh, you're flat out suck. You flat out suck."
Yep,
Well,
yep. You
if I
suck.
suck, how
You
can
suck.
you help me with that?
Yeah, you suck. Kill yourself. It's like, oh wow, that was harsh. So,
I know. I mean, hey, like, okay, if I suck so bad, what can you tell me to help? To help me. And just most of the time, I just respond being like, "Oh, you're bad. I'm not gonna give it good anyways." It's like the
it,
very weird people out there that don't even like try to help. A lot better
no,
when you just explain yourself.
no, and they take the time to watch the video, and then they're still listening to the video while they're typing their message.
I know,
It,
and most of the time they're subscribed to you too. Like, what?
yeah,
The internet trolls like subscribe to you. Like, wow, if you hate me so much, why are you subscribed?
it's like, hey, well, even a thumbs down is still counts as an interaction, so it still actually works towards your score. It works in your favor. So even if they don't like it, it's still an interaction. It's still audience retention. It still counts towards the metric that YouTube looks for. So thanks.
It can get like 10 dislikes from people being like, you suck, but still ranking me higher.
That's right. That's right.
Better constructive criticism, amazing. Like, I saw someone commented being like, um, I appreciate the channel. Just go a little bit slower when you read. Next video, I did that, and now apparently, I don't know how. It's just like in one video, they're like, "You're my favorite narrator." I was like, I mean, there's just one change. Well, I appreciate that. I like people who are like that. I love people who are like super nice, especially like looking at your live stream, the comments like that. People are being like, "Oh, Fear, you're my favorite narrator. Fear, I love your content." Seeing people like that honestly gives me warmth in my heart, especially if it's with someone else or even for yourself. That's honestly amazing. Like supporters are amazing,
They absolutely are.
especially when you're down, especially like when you're having a bad day. Just to get that one comment from that one supporter, I mean, like your content's amazing, can completely change how you act the rest of the day.
Absolutely.
And I think Dolly, and honestly, I think Dolly needs that right now. She's getting like bad responses from bad people right now. But honestly, I feel like if most of the people in this chat just went to her, message on Twitter, say like a hi or something, or saying like, your channel is amazing. I think that will completely change how she's feeling right now because I know she's feeling a little bit sad.
Yeah, and this unfortunately, it's not something that's new. This has been going on for a while, and I hope whatever it is, it stops. I really do, because it's completely uncalled for. I don't
Yeah,
know. And I mean, this isn't the first time I've seen something like that happen, where someone's going in and just totally gunning for somebody. I just wish it would stop, because it needs to just not be in the community. There's always going to be trolls, but man, Some people just don't know when to quit.
I know they're so people are so dedicated, just bring you down, but they it would be a lot better than going through all that trouble. Even yourself going through the trouble, like ranting at people on the internet. It would be a lot better if you just like stop watching them, like either just stop watching them or leave constructive criticism and then leave. Like that would be a lot better than being, taking out people's channels or something like that. Even working it out in DMs would be a lot better than just like, going off on the person, even though like I can understand if it's someone who actually did like something wrong, like very wrong, or like something uncalled for. But it was like someone just like Dolly, who's just like doing YouTube, to have fun, making narrating stories, stuff like that. If it's like someone like that who's like has completely no idea what's going on, and like she's just having fun with her YouTube channel, like people are trolling her, that's like super uncalled for. Like I don't know, it's like it's not unnecessary.
No, it's absolutely not. Phantom of Darkness came back. Hey, Phantom, welcome back.
Oh,
Oh,
Phantom.
Phantom says, Sir Psycho never streams, and I never saw his stream. So I went over to see what he was doing. Oh, well, thanks for leaving my live stream, pal. That's it. You're not,
Damn.
that's it. Phantom, you're not a moderator anymore. That does it. I'm unmodding you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. We're gonna take you off like that. We don't want
Yeah.
unloyals here. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
we just had a conversation about this, Phantom. You weren't here for this? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're just talking about how supportive everyone was in the community, and you go leave my live stream. But you came back. Yeah, well, too little, too late.
Yeah, you're too late for that,
Yeah.
honestly.
What's going on here?
Do 50 retweets and I'll do a live reading. That sounds to me that sounds nice. Live reading. We did that. It went pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'll catch Dark Somnium's live stream sometimes, and he does those, like, I think just about every week. I don't know how he can do that. I would lose my mind if I tried doing that, because the stream would never end. It would just be me stuttering the whole time. It would never end.
The struggle with narrators sometimes, like there's like certain narrators who like I know a lot of them. I know some narrators take like vocal classes. I know Living Amongst Us does that, and I think Swamp Dog said he started doing it, but like a lot of them take vocal classes or stuff like that, so they can like stutter less and like know how to change their voice like mid story, which is amazing. Like that's honestly dope. I want to like learn how to do that. But
I
like just
wanna
the average narrator, you know how many cuts I have to cut out
Yeah,
when we're stuttering?
I wanna be able to do that. I want to be able to just have a different voice when I narrate, when I tell a story. Do like Vidith does, where if you hear him speak normally, it's like, hey, he sounds like a normal guy, and then you hear him do his narrator voice, you're like, wow, that sounds like a different person. How does he do that with his voice? It turns out he's actually a singer, so that's how he can do that. And I'm like, that sounds so cool. How does he do that?
Yeah, like some people are just fascinated with their voices. It's just wow. Like I want to take those classes. Man, that sounds so cool. Just changing your voice. Imagine how people you can prank call. Like I'm not trying to give suggestions here, but like
Too late. Too late.
too late. Oh, we have Phantom of Darkness calling Pizza Hut, blaming it on me.
That's right.
Just get a call from Pizza Hut. Hey, why you telling people to prank call us?
Wasn't me.
I swear it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I
Brian
would
Hernandez.
if I could do that, I would actually learn how to impersonate other narrators' voices. And what I would do is I would go on their live streams, right? Who is this? It's Vidith22.
Boy, oh man, people with voices like that, just crazy, just crazy. You know what else is crazy? Those cryptid lores. I don't know how Swamp Thing like does that. I know like I can sometimes people have like passion for something else, but I tried reading one. Like I only got through like two lores. I don't know how people could sit down, like listen to that, like not listen, but like read that. Like they're so in depth. Like they're super in depth.
Yeah, they are.
Like super like they're super in like they super in to like describe what the creature is like, even though they're cryptid, like people don't know like how exactly what they look like, but just based off people's like experiences, they go super in depth. Like I don't know how you can like see that much into like an interaction like with a creature. It's so weird.
You know what? I wonder if he's live streaming tonight. Now that I think about it. Speaking of Swamp Dweller,
Yeah, I think he probably is. He's active on Twitter right now. You know, mostly when he gets active on Twitter later at night, that's when he's probably like leaning towards the live stream.
that guy is always live streaming. He is
No,
he's if he's not live streaming, he's uploading a video.
he's on the grind.
Yeah, it is really hard to keep up with him. So that and his videos are really long. So I'm a little bit behind, I will admit. I do catch his live streams from time to time when I'm not live streaming myself. But that guy makes me feel so lazy. There's a time where he was uploading 7 days a week. I don't know how. And we're not talking like 5-minute videos. We're talking like 35-minute videos.
I don't know how the time he has the time. I still don't know because he has a girlfriend, and then he has to hang out with friends. Then he has a job. Like I don't know how.
Yeah, there should be no time left in that man's schedule. That should be it. There should be no time to upload. He should be so busy with that other stuff, and yet still cranking out the content.
He's no. I call it. He probably has a time machine. I'm calling it.
He might. He very well might.
He might have a machine. Maybe he found the secret to a secret cryptid who can stop time whenever he wants to, and that's when he makes his videos.
Plot twist. There are two of them.
There's two of them.
There must be. There must be plot twist.
Oh, he must have a twin. Sounds exactly like him. Yeah, you're honestly right. He shouldn't have time. He legit shouldn't. I appreciate that. Honestly, that's much grind right there.
Well, I mean, he's good at what he does. He loves what he does, and I mean, that's kind of probably why his channel exploded as quickly as it did because he's so consistent. I mean,
he honestly does look like he's very humble too. Like especially, I mean, other when you get wrong with the cryptid stuff, like other than that, he's very humble.
Oh yeah, he's a nice guy.
He sticks to his roots a lot. Like if you see his live stream, he's just talking about. He's motivated in his live stream. He like it's supposed to be like most of the times like either he's playing a game or like he's just reading a story, but like and after like one story or so, he like stops and just like complete motivation right there. And I see like so many channels started in his like live stream just because the motivations he got. I don't know. He amazes me. He honestly does.
You know, he keeps saying, "Hey, Fear Crawler, we should collab sometime." I'm like, "You're too busy. You're too busy."
That man's never too busy. He's like
I'd like to collab with him. I really would, but and I mean indirectly we kind of did, like not directly, indirectly. We did a video on Vidith 22's channel. Vidith uploaded it just I think 2 or 3 days ago. It was Swamp Dweller, Miss Monster, and myself, and it was a really good video, if I do say so myself. And so I guess indirectly we've collabed together, but not anything on his channel. So I think he's actually said he's a couple months behind on collabs. So I think I'm just gonna wait till he runs out of people to collab with, and then I'll be like, hey, I'm over here.
Hey. Just chilling here. You remember that? You remember me?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna be the person that's ever gonna say, "Hey, you owe me a collab," because I don't think in those ways, because I nobody owes me anything at all. I'm just here. So if somebody wants to collab with me, I appreciate that. And if somebody asks to collab with me, I'll say, yeah, absolutely. I'm not gonna say no. So.
I know he has a lot of DMs, especially if it was how many supporters he has. Like he's very active supporters for someone who uploads and does everything like every day.
I think when I first started watching his channel, he only had a couple thousand subscribers, and I think he's actually doubled that number now, if not tripled it, from when I first started watching him. So, holy cow!
What is like 30,000 now?
He's pretty high up there. I haven't checked in a few days. For all I know, he broke 1 million now. Every time I look at his channel, he's gone up like a couple thousand.
For sure, one of the fastest growing narrators I've seen.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Oh, Agent Shadow Wolf, you want to collab? Oh, you can collab with me anytime you want. I'm in the middle of 4 collabs, just a heads up, that I really want to Phantom, I don't owe you a collab. I don't owe you anything.
You
In fact,
owe
didn't
me
I
a collab.
block you already?
You owe me a collab ASAP.
Phantom,
I
Phantom, I would love to do a video for your channel if you do me the honor. But if you recall correctly, on the last live stream, I asked you to write an origin story for the Fear Crawler, and I'm still waiting on that. So let me know when you're finished with that, and then we'll talk about a collab.
There's no okay. So I was just looking at his thing. Last time I was on Twitter, that's when he had 11,000. Last time on Twitter, I was looking at a recent tweet was, oh not a recent tweet, but actually I was uploading it was 3 weeks ago. Now he's at 18,000.
It's incredible, right?
What? What? 7,000 3 weeks? No, that's
Yeah,
not.
and I think he only started uploading on that channel in like February, I believe, like very beginning of the year. So he's actually catching up to
His
um
friends.
yeah, just like Southern Cannibal, who's near that number right now, and Southern Cannibal has been uploading for a year now, so he's moving pretty darn quick.
I want to see him hit 100K. I want to see. It's been a while. A narrator has hit 100,000. I want to see that happen again.
I would really love to see that. I'd love to see that for him. I mean, every time anybody goes up like 100 subscribers and they're or even 1,000 or what have you, I'm like, that's so amazing when they grow like that.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. Honestly, it feels looks good, especially. Yeah, dude, I'm actually hyped. I'm actually very hyped for him. I'm looking at this guy. I'm actually super hyped for him. Like I haven't seen a narrator hit 100,000 other than who's the most recent? I know there's one recent one. It's like not. It was like a while ago too. I know. Let me check. Let me check. If I search up, no. Let's read. No, let's read. No, it wasn't Blue Spooky. It was like someone else, like someone who barely hit like 100,000. But it was like I forgot, but it was like someone who barely hit. There's not a lot of people who had hit 100,000 recently. It's mostly from people who had been in the narrating scene for a while. I know the Grim Reaper is getting close. The Grim Reaper is getting super close. He's growing super quick. But I want to see Swamp Throw. That's actually super interesting to see him hit that. Like with his friend too.
I'm gonna predict that he's gonna actually hit that number. I'm gonna say within less than a year that he's gonna hit 100,000. I'm gonna predict that
I
because he's growing so quick, you know.
He's way too quick for my liking.
Yeah,
Way too quick.
and again, I feel so lazy just with because I mean there was a time when I was working like 80-hour work weeks and I was still uploading, and I remember when I would like the most I would ever put into my channel in a week was like 40 hours of work, and somehow Swampy manages to still outdo me, and I don't know what's he must never sleep, but he must like drink a lot of Mountain Dew or something. I don't know.
Or, like we said, low key twin.
There's something's going on.
I don't know
Phantom
how this.
says Unit 522 was recent Horror Studio one. I think when I started watching Unit's videos, I think he was already over that number though. I think he was
Yeah,
already
unit.
over 100K when I started watching him.
Yeah, it's been a while. A narrator has 100K. I'm interested in seeing that.
It
Grim
needs
Reaper
to
is the closest one right now.
it needs to happen again. It's got
Yeah,
to
it needs to happen.
happen. It
It's been
must.
way.
The prophecy must be fulfilled.
The prophecy must be. And there's a lot of, narrators. Like a lot of narrators, super close to 1 million too.
I just need to do that. Like I want to hit 100K before I die, and then at the end.
Like right when you hit 100K, I can die now.
Yeah, then I die. Just like the next day.
Just on your deathbed, it's like I'm not dying until I hit 100K. Just
And
die.
it'll be one of those things that's like ironic. Like if I had just gone to the doctor instead of like working on that last video, they would have been able to catch it in time.
See a lot of subscribers just come out of nowhere right when you hit that.
Yeah,
Right when you're about
yeah,
to hit the 100K, you just die.
yeah. And then posthumously, then I hit a million, like posthumously.
Out of nowhere, just a million. Just
Yep,
like,
yep. Like, oh, now the ad revenue comes in. Oh, now that I'm
Now
dead,
that revenue.
now the channel's going somewhere. All right.
Someone very entertaining is actually the Let's Read person. He's actually kind of like his stuff. I kind of like his style of thumbnails too. That's his own style. I kind of like it. Very, very unique. He's been blowing up recently too. I'm not sure if you've seen Let's Read, but he's like in a lot of people's sub boxes. I've seen not sub box, but like the recommended. I seen him a lot of my recommended, and I haven't subscribed to him yet, but I see him like everywhere. And a lot of people have been telling me he's on their recommended. Look, all his videos been getting some views too, like 100,000. Yeah, a lot of his videos. That's like I seen like one of your videos in my recommended. I also subscribe to you, but I seen him like most of half his video. It's just like pretty interesting. Kind of, he probably knows the ways of the YouTube algorithm by
He
the looks of
must.
it.
He must. Some people
Yeah,
just they just magically hit it, and other people just struggle. I struggle.
I saw you hit it once, so you're good.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Some the ways of the YouTube algorithm. I don't know how people. So it's legit. Some people actually study it too, like how it works. I don't know how you can do that. I'm not gonna sit around look at how numbers and then later. Oh, okay, now I know the perfect tag. Mm-mm. Perfect tag for videos.
The perfect tag is like inside the tags, you write down Mr. Nightmare Corpse Husband, then
You just put Mr. Nightmare automatically 100K views.
yeah, and hope that YouTube doesn't catch you.
I hope Mr. Nightmare doesn't catch and call you out on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah, now watch. Now that I just said that, now the YouTube algorithm is gonna like target this video, and it's gonna like shut down my channel or something. Watch.
Shut him down.
Just-
Okay, her Mr.
yeah, man,
Nightmare.
that's gonna be like blocked for like triggering people or something. I don't know. Trigger warning.
Didn't
Can
Mr. Nightmare like unlist a lot of his videos?
he got I know that he had a copyright strike. It was like a year and a half ago. But I only know about one. As far as the rest, I don't know. But when I saw his video that he uploaded today, there was actually an ad playing, so I actually watched the ad. So he'd get like a nickel. But yeah, no, I know of like one video because he had uploaded something where he talked about like the copyright strike and what had happened. He was very forward about it. He's very honest. So, but that was the only one I know of.
Something that very interesting me too. There's not a lot of designers in the horror community. I don't know. There's like a not really as much as I like from like other people like places I've seen. I know there's a lot of designers like other places like Rocky League or like the gaming community stuff like that. But I haven't really seen like a lot of designers in the horror communities. Most of the designs are either self-made or it's like people like of course like your case like paid and stuff like that. I haven't really seen like people who are dedicated to that. I know like musicians, of course, dedicated musicians to the community, but I haven't seen like dedicated like designers. It's weird.
Yeah, there's only a couple. I mean, there's some people that do like designing the avatars. And there's some people that do people's intros. I think Axeman Cartoons does some of the intros. And there's who's the I can't remember the name of the thumbnail designer that also does like avatars. Like there's one that did Miss Monster's avatar. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but you're right. The number is of those people is really small, and that's unfortunate. But at least we know we have go-to people for those types of things.
Yeah, that plus making good money. That's another thing.
That's
Making
that's
good money for
that's
this.
right. Making money with doing what you like, that's called a career.
That's
Whereas
honestly maybe because like you have. I know a lot of big YouTubers actually pay for the thumbnails stuff like that. There's a lot of I was like I like even though like design like nice thumbnails look dope. I honestly love YouTubers who like do their own thumbnails. It like I know Swamp Dweller does that. I know Soy Cannibal. I even know like all these smaller ones. I like when they do their thumbnails themselves because like at least they're trying. It could not be like the greatest thing. It could be like a simple picture with font, but like I don't know. It just gives like a feel off their channel. Like I know a lot of channels give off different feels when you look at their channel. But like I don't know when you make your own thumbnail, it gives like off that feel like it's your. Just kind of stuff you're talking about. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Or like if you have a specific thumbnail design, like you have, like it gives off the feel, like the thumbnail designs. Because I know you have like what, two, right? Like kind of two,
Kinda.
kind of, yeah, kind of two, but mostly like that one. Like you can
Right.
have like feel like, oh, okay. Feel I most like when I see yours, I'm like, oh, I get like I mostly get like the bloody feel type because that's mostly the thumbnail like style, kind of like bloody and dark. Which kind of like honestly like that. Honestly like the designs. Kind of makes me like actually go like actually some of your stories actually I kind of have notifications on, notification squad right here. But when I watch them, I'm like, oh, I kind of liked it. I don't. I focus more on the thumbnail than the video sometimes. I don't know. I'm that type of person. I'm the type of person that actually does that. Every time I watch the video, I mostly worry about the thumbnail. I'm not sure because I'm a thumbnail freak or whatever. I just appreciate thumbnails a lot when I look at them.
Oh
Like
yeah,
self-made or paid. I don't know. I just appreciate thumbnails.
oh, absolutely, because the thumbnail is what's going to make you watch the video. I mean, sometimes the title of a video won't do anything for me, but if I've got a really cool thumbnail, I'll be like, oh, I'll watch that. That thumbnail is awesome. The story must be even more awesome.
Yeah, yeah. It can be like good thumbnail can be like farted, and then it can be the coolest thumbnail and be like, oh, I'm clicking that.
Yeah,
It can be a random title, but the thumbnail can be the coolest thing ever.
that's right. Can you
Like
believe it? We've been doing this for over 2 hours. It's like after 10 now. Wow.
2 hours of live streaming. Can't really.
Oh man, we better
So I
wrap.
feel like a lot shorter.
We better wrap up. Or this
When are you
thing's
gonna
gonna
end the stream?
this is gonna take forever to this is gonna take forever to render.
When are you gonna end the stream? Like around?
Uh, Probably about now. Actually, I was actually only planning on doing this for like an hour, but I was like, yeah, we'll keep going a little longer.
Yeah, the topics are very interesting.
An hour, 2 hours. It's
Two
not the longest stream I've ever done, but
very interesting stream. We went off in 2 hours. We covered a lot of topics.
well, that's good. That's good. That's what I wanted to do, and I'm glad we did. And I mean, it's like I said, it's always nicer to have somebody else here because then it's more interesting. It's better for the listener.
Yeah, it's better for the listener. Probably most of them probably like fell asleep to this. I feel like one person fell asleep to this, and like they're probably your parents who walks in and just hear us talk about freaking thumbnails.
Yeah, it was Phantom. Phantom fell asleep.
Phantom fell
Wake
asleep.
up, Phantom.
Yeah, Phantom. You can hear
Phantom,
us.
you better retweet this stream too.
You just hear the parent. Phantom, what is a retweet? Please explain to us what is a retweet. Oh my gosh, Mr. Nightmare almost has 500 million views over on this channel.
I know it's incredible.
For a horror narrator to have that much, that's crazy. That's way too much for my liking. No. You should pass them on. You should give the horror community a shout out. So we can pull those views.
That
You can
it's cool when you get a shout out. I remember when Rainbot gave me a shout out on one of her videos. I was like, what? And I thought Phantom of Darkness was just messing with me because he messaged me on Twitter about that. He's like, dude, Rainbot gave you a shout out. I'm like, yeah, you're funny. Turns out she did. I was like, wow. It's like you watched one of my videos, Rainbot? Wow. So
the black eyed blonde girl.
oh yeah.
She's very. I like her. She's very interesting.
Yeah, she's really nice too.
Very nice. Very interactive. I spoke to her a couple times, and she's very like. She seems very passionate. I know people get passionate, but she seems very passionate when she does. I kind of like that.
I like that a lot about her.
And also I like how she taught, like I said about Miyuchi and stuff like that. Like doesn't like look at subscribers as a number. It looks more as a friend. Because I know she follows mostly everyone who follows her, which is nice. Like she also interacts too, which is amazing. I play Pokemon Go every. I just saw Mr. Nightmare's title and I was thinking about that.
Pokemon Go, yeah.
Pokemon Go horror stories. We gotta bring that back.
Yeah. I mean, that was really big last summer. I think I mean, I even did one of those too. Pokemon Go stories. Yeah.
You gotta do now.
And just as quickly as that started, it kind of ended. Now it's not so popular, but yeah,
You know what that means, right? We gotta make
we're gonna have to bring it
scary,
back.
scary fidget spinner stories.
Yeah, yeah, fidget spinner horror stories, and like the thumbnail is like a fidget spinner with a finger next to it, and there's blood everywhere.
Oh, you legit just gave me an idea.
And the worst part about that is that those probably somebody's already probably going to Reddit right now and writing like, I got one. You're never gonna believe this, but this is true, man.
This is true. So fidget spinner followed me when I went home. Just imagine that title. I'm actually scared. I'm actually interested now. Scary fidget spinner. There's actually wait. There's no way.
It's
There's
got to
no.
exist. It's got to.
What?
It's got
There's no
to.
way.
It's
There's
got to be
actually
real.
story. What? No. The devil fidget spinner warning. Scary story. Creepy pasta. There's no way. Mr. Busta made Mr. Wait, B Busta actually made a kind of like a story on this. What? No.
Doesn't matter how absurd it is, you're gonna find it. It exists. All you have to do is say it out loud, and it's there.
Oh no. Okay, what's the new trend right now? What's the trend that everyone's been following? Jake Paul. Jake Paul horror stories. Let's see what happens there. Horror stories. Actually, no. No, no. The trend right now is apparently diss tracks. I don't know how that's cool, but diss track horror stories. Let's see if that's a thing. I'm actually very interested. There's actually a diss track horror story. How are these narrators coming up with these ideas super quick?
Like I said, I think if you just say them out loud, then someone already has the idea, and then it's taken.
Oh no.
See, now we've got to somehow get ahead of the curve here. We got to figure out a way to do something that other people aren't doing.
Okay,
And
so
I,
we have
yeah,
to make a
and I don't want to say it out loud because if you say it out loud, then it's going to happen.
right when a trend comes out, we have to make a story right away. Made up or not, just have to make a story.
Gonna have to. It's gonna have to. The next like toy craze or something is just gonna have to be a horror story. It's gotta be really gruesome too.
The water bottle flip horror story.
Yeah, and then like what you do is you show like a water bottle and again blood, and this one's got to have a foot next to it.
A foot. Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh no. Just imagine the next. I don't know. I feel like the next is gonna be even worse. The whole entire trend, the fad. Oh no. If if honestly, the whole entire talking about fads, the horror story genre is kind of getting there. It's kind of getting there. I know a lot of my friends at school they don't even do this sort of stuff like as YouTube. But a lot of them are like they're telling me it's like, oh, have you? It's mostly Mr. Nightmare. You know, Mr. Nightmare, of course. You know, he's the biggest one. But I mean, be like, oh, have you heard Mr. Nightmare? Have you heard Mr. Nightmare's stories? A lot of people are actually getting into it. Like, I hope it blows up more. Like not more where like we get like people like Mr. Terror. But I hope it gets bigger where people not too big where like it becomes like those communities where it just dies off whatever. But I hope it gets pretty big where people are interested. And a lot of these smaller YouTubers get big. Like that's happens to a lot of community. There's like one big person in that community, and then when it gets big, the smaller people start going a lot higher. Like I want to see that happen because like
I think
people like
I think it will.
yeah, because I want I want that to happen. I want like Dismal Hero, you just a lot of these like smaller narrators like when that happens, just like go up in the rankings like with everyone else. Because right now it's slow because it's not really big communities. As you see, Mr. Nightmare, 1 million people. What? 1 million people on this. Well, not technically, but you know what I'm talking about. Like feel like a small number still. But it's a very active community. I gotta say that it's very active for like how small it is. But yet again, it's very small. So of course everyone's gonna be active to it.
All right. Well, it is about 10:15. I think we should wrap up here.
Yeah, before we get more topics about fidget
Yeah.
spinner.
Otherwise, we're gonna be like talking about like fidget spinners all night here.
Fidget spinner horror stories. Unless we make up a fidget spinner horror story
Yeah,
here.
and I might maybe I'll write one tonight. I don't know.
Maybe you write one. Maybe you could live stream it.
Well, everyone, thank you guys so very, very much for joining me for this special live stream. Big thank you to Plague Doctor for being on this live stream with me.
Yay.
Glad you made it. Glad you got technical difficulties sorted.
Yeah.
Glad you could be here. Thank you for sticking out with YouTube and for not quitting. Thank you.
Well, after all those DMs I got, it's kind of too hard to say no now.
Well, I'm glad, and I do hope you keep making videos. Just stick with it, man. You do good work, so please don't quit.
I'll probably have. I'm not gonna have this Sunday, but I'll probably have like a video out next Sunday. Something. Just gotta get the idea.
That sounds awesome.
My fear crawler. Watch out for fear crawler's new video. Leave a like. Whoa, notifications gone.
Yeah, yeah. I'll hopefully have a video out this weekend yet. I hope, fingers crossed, that I can get something finished because normally I can't do it.
Fidget spinner. Fidget spinners.
It's fidget spinner horror story, right?
Fidget
That'll be my
spinner
next one. Yeah, they're all fidget spinner horror stories from now on.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're not gonna do narrations, and we're gonna be scared. Well, it's still narrations, but it's gonna be all fidget spinners.
Yeah, that'll be fidget crawler.
Fidget crawler. It's just the same ABI, just like the hair, like fidget spinner.
Oh, I can be fidget crawler. You could be the plague spinner.
The plague spinner. The plague spinner. I like that.
Okay, well, everyone take care, be safe, enjoy your weekend, try not to kill each other. Plague Doctor, thank you so much.
All right, I'll make sure you guys are not.
See you guys in the next video. Take
All
care.
right. Fidget
Bye.
spinner. Well.